Hello everyone. In this video, I am going to explain about data and signals. First, we will understand the topics that we are going to see in this video. The first one is signals. In signals, we are going to understand two types of signals, that is analog signal and digital signal. Then we will understand about analog and digital data. Then we will see comparison between analog signal and digital signal. So first we will learn about signals. A signal is an electrical impulse or radio wave transmitted or received. It is an information converted into an electrical form suitable for transmission. It is the key component behind virtually all virtual networks. In other words, we can say that a signal is a function that conveys information about a phenomenon. It can be any quantity that can vary over space or time, which can be used as signal to share message between observers. Signals are of two types. The first one is analog signal and the second is digital signal. At first, we will learn about analog signals. Analog signal is a type of signal in which the signal magnitude varies in a smooth fashion without any break with respect to time. We can also say that a signal for conveying information which is continuous function of time is known as analog signal. This is a graph that explains us about the working of an analog signal. In this diagram, we can see that the amplitude of the signal has taken any value in a continuous range. We can also notice that the signal is continuous in nature, which vary with respect to time. After this, we will see digital signals. The type of signal where the signal magnitude has a constant level for some period, then it changes suddenly to another constant level is known as digital signal. We can also say that a signal which is discrete function of time, which means a signal which is non-continuous signal, is known as digital signal. This is a graph, or you can say this is a diagram which is an example of digital signal. According to this figure, we can say that digital signal can only contain one value at a period of time. We can see that digital signals are represented as square waves or clock signals. Then we will understand about analog and digital data. For this, first we will see what is data. So data are the entities that convey meaning or information. For example, temperatures, pressures, etc. Signals are electromagnetic representation of data. Data also can be of two types, which are analog data and digital data. First, we will see analog data. Analog data is the type of data that varies continuously, which means smoothly with respect to time. Voice and video are the best example of analog data. Then we will see digital data. Digital data is a type of the data that can take on discrete values. Example of digital data are text and integers. Analog and digital data are very similar to analog and digital signals. Now we will see the comparison between analog and digital data. The parameter for the comparison of analog and digital data is number of values. In analog signal, the number of values is infinite, but in digital signal it is finite. Then the second point for differentiation is nature. The nature of analog signal is continuous, but the nature of digital signal is discrete, that is non-continuous. The next parameter is sources. The sources from which we can obtain analog signal are signal generators and transducers. The sources from which we can obtain digital signal are computers and A to D converters. The example for analog and digital data is thermometer and analog phones. And the example for digital data is computer and digital pens. So this was all the points that we have covered in this video. Thank you.